In this video, you will learn how to create a color palette for your digital portfolio website. Your color scheme can either work for or against the brand identity that you're trying to create. So, before selecting your color palette, you need to think about why you would select a certain color scheme and which colors complement each other. Colors also have a great impact on the user experience of your website. To learn color theory as it applies to web design, you'll need to read 3 articles found on the Digital Portfolio Help Center. To get there, simply go to help.fsbizsite.com/resources. Once here, you'll need to find 3 articles entitled Meaning of Color, Color Concepts, and Color Schemes. Once you have read all 3 of these articles, you'll understand why and how to select colors for your color palette. Go ahead and pause this video now and read through those articles. Now that you have read those articles, you'll need to navigate to colors.co. Again, that's colors.co. Here, you'll want to select the blue button that says Start the Generator. There are several different ways that Colors offers you to create a color palette. The first is by random. By clicking the spacebar on your keyboard, the color palettes will be randomized in front of you until you find one that you like, as you see now. But because we just got done reading about color theory and we understand why we would want to select on-brand colors, we are not going to use the randomizer. Instead, we are going to explore with purpose. And to do so, we will click Explore up in the menu. Now we can select our color palette with purpose. Say, for instance, you decided after completing the reading that blue has a lot to do with loyalty, honesty, and trust, and those are the attributes that you would like to exude for your personal brand and, of course, through your digital portfolio website. Well, if that's the case, then under Explore, you'll see an option that says Filter Tag. Select that and click Blue. Now you're faced with a variety of different color palettes that have blue incorporated in them. Let's say instead you wanted to base your personal brand and thus your digital portfolio on the idea of happiness, fun, and energy. Well, that's commonly associated with the color yellow. So perhaps you would come down and select yellow. Now you're presented with a variety of different color palettes with yellow incorporated. For the sake of this assignment, I'll go back to blue. Once you've identified the color palette of your choosing, you can mouse over it and select View. This will give you a full view of your color palette. Now, for the sake of this exercise, as well as for the sake of your digital portfolio website, your color palette will need 5 colors. Those colors include a primary color for your headers, a secondary color for your background and to contrast your headers, a call to action color that will be used to grab the user's attention for hyperlinks as well as call to action buttons, and then 2 accent colors. And these are primarily used for mouse over effects and background purposes. If you were to choose this color palette, then perhaps your primary color for your headers would be this darker blue, or you could even use this softer blue. The accent colors would be these 2 much lighter blues, and then the call to action button color would be this green color. Now that you have all 5 of your colors chosen, you can export them by selecting Export, then select PDF. It is imperative that you save your color palette for future reference. Here, you can quickly see the colors in your color palette once more, but more importantly, below you get these hex codes that you will use to manipulate the color palette of your digital portfolio website using WordPress. You're also presented with a unique URL that you can use to navigate back to your color palette should you decide to make small adjustments moving forward. Go ahead and click Download and save this color palette to your local device. A few other things that you should know about Colors is that you can select a color palette based on a photograph. To do so, use the photograph icon here. Then, select the photograph from your local device. Upload it, and Colors automatically populates a color palette down below your photograph based on the colors that it finds within the photograph. If you like these colors, you can just click OK, and that will create your color palette. If you're not satisfied with these colors, then simply drag and drop the color picker to another location on the picture. And as you do so, you can see how those colors are changing in the bottom left. You could select another color and then move that color picker to another location to get another blue. Select another color and another and another. If you're satisfied, click OK. Now you can see the color palette generated from a photograph. Another thing that you could do with Colors is you can manipulate each one of these colors. You can alter the shade of a particular color by clicking on the Alter Shades and select another shade of that same color. You could drag this color to another location on the color palette to pair it nicely, or you can adjust the hue, saturation, and brightness of a particular color. Again, all of this should be based on the required reading where you learned color theory and how to apply it to web design. So there you have it. Now you know how to create a color palette with purpose that will be on brand for your digital portfolio website.